I'm originally from South Sudan in East Africa. In South Sudan, we spend a lot of time outdoors just running around and enjoying nature. But unfortunately, a civil war started and then I had to leave. Well, we were at a refugee camp in Uganda and the camp was attacked. We escaped. Another family took me in. I was one of 9, the only boy in the house. When you are picked to come here, they take you to an orientation. They teach you what life is going to be like in the United States, and you dress your best. So we got a pair of shoes, and it was pretty awesome to put on some shoes because I was just used to walking around and running around barefoot. 3 years later, I ended up moving to Houston as a refugee. My name is Julius Michael. I'm from South Sudan. I'm a history teacher and a cross-country and track coach at Episcopal High School. I came to the United States in 1999. I was about 10, 11 years old. The only thing I knew about the United States was that the Americans went to the moon, and it was ironic I ended up in Houston, Texas, the center of space exploration. My first impression of Houston was a lot of lights and noise. The things that gave me culture shock in Houston was the food, especially ketchup. It tasted weird. Goldfish, when I went to church one day and they gave us goldfish and water for snack, it was just very weird. Ketchup, I was able to acquire the taste. Goldfish, not so much. When I first came to Houston, the only English words I knew were yes and no. In East Africa, you learn how to pick up languages really fast. So it was sink or swim. By the second year, I was able to speak right, and they put me in just regular classes after that. I played sports, and hanging around kids my own age, I was able to pick it up real fast. I realized I had a passion for running when my basketball coach took me to a high school meet. I saw one of Coach Martinez's athletes running, and after the meet, I walked up to ask Coach Martinez, can you make me fast like him?
I met Julius, I think, when he was in the 8th grade. The way he approached me and the way we started talking, he's very mature for his age. He was always full into it. He would be the first man out there and the last man to leave.
Coach Martinez influenced me and helped me by telling me that running is like life. Whatever you put in is what you get out, and the more I trained, the better I got.
He was always trying to get better. He was always trying to influence the other guys to get better, and that's where his leadership skills started to become prominent.
I earned a scholarship to run at Sam Houston. Said I was really surprised because I didn't know I could go to college. I didn't know if I could afford it. But my teachers at Lamar really helped me with the process. And I knew then I wanted to be like Coach Martinez and teach and coach.
I like running at Memorial Park because of all the people here. I prefer to start my day off with a run here because it sets the tone for the rest of my day. Puts me in really good mood.
At Episcopal, I teach history. Also, I'm the head coach for cross country as well as the distance track and field.
He's nothing like any of the regular guys that I know that have been coaching for years. He's very charismatic. The best thing ever happened to Episcopal High School was when they hired Julius Michael. His agenda is working with children and helping to guide them. It will help John to be able to run with 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, Coach Martinez and I come here to just share ideas as our kids are running at the park and help them become better runners. He's been like my father figure. Even though we come from different backgrounds, it's like we're cut out of the same cloth.
I know why I've stayed in touch with Julius, because I think that I can learn a great deal from him. There are great things ahead for Julius, and it's not just in the coaching ranks.
Right before the COVID shutdown, I was able to move my mom to the United States, and she's currently living with me. It's been fun to live under the same roof as my mom, which is something that had not happened since I was a little child.